But I mean, to be fair, you've got a good like YouTuber influencer look. Like you've got a brand, haven't you? You've got a proper solid.
I've just got a beard. That's what it is.
Nah, yeah, it's more than a beard. Isn't it? Like there's some work going into that. Your look and your aesthetic. Like you obviously you must be conscious of what you're wearing for every shoot.
Yeah, there is an element of that because I'm not really like a fashion-y type. You know, like I never kind of go out shopping or think. Well, I buy t-shirts like with band logos on or things that I think are funny. But yeah, you can't like. There's nothing worse than when you watch a YouTube video and you see somebody just look a scruff. Yeah. Which I do sometimes, but I think there's like a bit of rustic chic to it, I suppose. Now people keep asking me, they're like, why are you always wearing a backwards hat now? And I'm like, it's because I'm growing my hair out. I want to grow my hair really long. But when it's in that mid-space, it looks terrible.
When we filmed last time, you had a top knot. You had shaved sides and top knot, I think.
Did I? I have had a top knot before. Sadly, I don't want to admit it. But no, I think last time we filmed, it was just slicked back. I remember because I was wearing that Obey
right, so
grey
at this point we'll put like an overlay, we'll be able to find out.
It wasn't a top knot, I think it was just slicked back, because it was right before contest season. I don't think I had a top knot anymore. Maybe when I came to came to that place. Maybe then it was. I didn't know.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Sorry, I was thinking of when you did that.
Oh yeah, that time. Yeah.
So what we've just done here. So yeah, welcome to the channel. What we've done is exactly what we did last time in the podcast. If you watch the podcast, we just start talking and it's rolling, and we do an intro about 10 minutes in. Like, oh yeah, sorry.
We won't do that this time. Do a proper intro, Josh.
Yeah, do you want a proper intro? I don't want a proper intro.
I don't. Oh, okay, no.
Beard Meets Foods here. Let's get it. Adam, thanks for coming in, mate. I've got some key stats, right? I've done my research. So you're currently sitting at 809,000 views. Sorry, 809,000 subscribers.
Give me a heart attack. I thought 809,000 views, that's terrible. No, that's right, I think. Yeah.
339 videos, and you've got 141 million views on your channel.
Is it 141 million total views?
Yeah. That's mad, that, innit?
That is crazy, yeah.
Like, I'm looking back now. So when we first filmed, you had 250,000 subscribers, I think, a couple of years ago. So it's just mad to see that growth over these, it's probably been about 2.5 years, 3 years. I can't remember when we first met, probably 2 years ago.
I guess probably about 2, I think.
And the stat that's the most impressive to me is, so if anybody uses TubeBuddy, I've mentioned it on the channel before, it gives you like the stats, so it'll compare your subscribers to another channel subscriber count. So in my first month of YouTube of 2020, I've racked up a full 95 subscribers. So thank you for the 95 subscribers. But in your last 30 days, you've been 40,000 subscribers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's solid growth, man. That's good.
Absolutely mental. So obviously this series is like, I want to be able to talk to like YouTubers, full-time YouTubers, about their sort of start and their growth on YouTube. So the first guy we spoke to, Greg, he's just hit 30,000 subscribers, which is like a massive achievement. I'm chuffed to bits for him. And he's actually making a full-time living off that. So it's good, but for you to do 40,000 in a month.
Yeah, it's a lot. December was, there were a lot of good videos in November, December, so I think that's probably contributed, and then that kind of rolls into January, so. But yeah, that's great. It's amazing. I didn't know that, but yeah, that's good.
Some cool stats. So given them numbers then, so like if you're going to do 40,000, 50,000, how long till we get you to 1 million then?
I don't know, because growth is never uniform on YouTube. That's one thing you understand. You go through doldrums and then you go through kind of peaks. But I think if I don't hit 1 million by the end of 2020, I think I'm not disappointed because I get to do what I love. It sounds a bit hippie, but I don't focus on numbers, but to get that gold plaque, I reckon is going to be amazing if I get there. So, but it would surprise me if it wasn't in 2020. I think I'd
be surprised as well. Like you said, them plaques are cool. Like it's just a piece of material, but isn't it?
They're so naff as well. They're not even well made.
I wish I'd have asked you to bring one now.
I could have brought it as well. I've just got it up on my
on your wall
shelf at home. Yeah.
That is cool. Like, just a piece of material. It means so much. Like I said to Greg on the last episode about the term YouTuber. Like, I can't wait till I can finally use the term YouTuber. I don't have to do client work anymore. I just say, yeah, I'm a YouTuber.
I hate that. I've never said that in my life. I would never say I am a YouTuber. No, I think it's like you create video and YouTube is the platform on which you. I get why people say it, but I would be embarrassed to say it, I think.
Do you not like putting the titles to it? Because you don't like influencer, you don't like YouTuber.
No, I don't like labels in general, but I think I don't know. Maybe we could have a discussion. I would say, okay, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, but I wouldn't want to say that to a member of the public. because there's a kind of a stigma that comes with it, I think. That people just think, oh, you know about you're a YouTuber? You mean like you still live in your mum's basement making daft videos? I think there's that element to it.
I said that in the last video, like YouTuber, like a teenager making videos in the bedroom, and they uploaded a video of like Marquez Brownlee. He's got like millions of subscribers, but back when he was like 14, and he was literally in his bedroom. The first question I've got for you really is like, how long have you actually been on YouTube?
I wouldn't have known that actually. I wouldn't have known the answer to that question, but I just got a Facebook memory of my first video, which was 5 years ago, like 2 weeks back. So right. 5 years and 2 weeks since my first ever video.
That's some commitment, that, isn't it? Like, so you've been doing it for 5 years, and obviously we said like 393 videos.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a bit more sporadic in the early days, but yeah, 5 years since my first ever YouTube video. Yeah,
that's epic. So when did you actually go full time on YouTube? I'm pretty sure I asked you this on the podcast, but we need to like go over it again for this video.
Yeah, you did. I don't think I could pinpoint specifically a time that was full, what I would consider full time, because we discussed last time, I've always had something else which supplements my income, you know, like a different revenue stream. I used to do retainer work for restaurants, filming videos and some social media stuff. But I suppose it would be about 3-ish years ago.
Yes, I suppose if I sort of say the question again, then like, at what point was it financially available from an AdSense perspective that you could be full time? So forget your external revenue streams, just from strictly YouTube and Google AdSense.
Strictly from YouTube, probably only about, I would say probably 2 years.
That's mad, that.
Ish ago that AdSense could sustain me.
Right.
In terms of, you know, paying bills and stuff.
Yeah, because we spoke on the last episode with Greg. He's got 30,000 subscribers. I can't remember exactly how many views he was doing a month, but he's approximately pulling $1,800 per month from AdSense. Yeah. Which, by today's standards, not really. You can't live off that. Really, like you're just going to struggle. Yeah. With exchange rate as well. I mean, exchange rate's in our favour, but still, it's probably what, 1,400 quid?
It'd be about 1,400, yeah. I think 1,500, yeah.
So maybe I should have reiterated my question with him a little bit, because he does sell courses and he does other bits and bats on the side, but he is technically still a full-time YouTuber.
I suppose it depends really what your outlay is, though, because I don't know this guy, but if you're like, if I was, you know, younger or whatever, if I was living at home, or I was living somewhere, not that I live in a mansion or anything, but like if I didn't have the overheads, then I would be perfectly content earning $1,800 a month.
That Lamborghini that you turned up in, like, it's going to take some running, is that, mate? It's weird that you've put like your logo on the front of a Lamborghini as well.
That's something I would do. I wouldn't buy a Lamborghini though.
It just says be an army and a bright yellow Lamborghini.
I'm not really into cars. So I would buy something. You know what the first car I ever bought was? I don't know if you know what it is. It was called a Daihatsu Copen, which looks basically identical to the car Noddy used to drive.
Yeah.
But I love that car. Yeah, people used to laugh at it all the time. If I could buy any car now, it'd be that. But I have a Range Rover Evoque, so.
I've seen it, yeah. We've seen it many times in your backseat blowouts.
Yeah, it's trashed. You should see that backseat, man. It's all kinds of goo. I don't know don't know what came from where.
Oh no. What pitfalls have you found from YouTube from the early days? Like, did you have any pitfalls in the early days? And I think, again, I've heard a lot of talk about sort of like multi-channel networks and stuff. And I recently got asked by it's an up-and-coming sort of influencer in the LinkedIn space, a guy called Mike Winnett. He basically trolls people on LinkedIn, and he's made a channel out of it. And it's quite amazing what he's done. He's like he's uncovering the property market and the scams that are going on.
Yeah.
And he's been approached by a multi-channel network, and everyone I've spoke to about it, I've said, don't do it. So I just reiterated, like, do not do it. But have you been approached by them? And
yeah, like, I would love to talk about multi-channel networks actually, because it's a massive bugbear for me. Because I wouldn't pretend that I know everything about them, because I think there are some reputable ones out there that can do stuff for you, especially if you're I don't want to say small YouTube because I don't like that phrase, but if you're maybe just getting started, you know, trying to build a name, a brand, an audience, you will get from even 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. I was getting approached by multi-channel networks, which, I don't know, people watching might not know what that is, but it's essentially people say they're going to help you grow a channel, right, by distributing your content and stuff. And I always say, no chance. Most of them I don't reply to now. But I'm still approached twice a week by email to join a network of some kind.
So how does it work?
So I don't know everything about the kind of intricacies of how they work, but I know that most big YouTubers are on multi-channel networks.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, I don't want to say like names of people, but there are people that I know, and they essentially take control of your AdSense account, which is what bothers me more than anything.
Yeah.
So, for people that don't know, when to earn money from a YouTube channel, you paid via AdSense, which is Google AdSense. They run ads on your videos. You have an account, and you take an amount of money each month from that. So if you join a multi-channel network, they take control of that and they pay you a wage, which is precisely what I got into YouTube to avoid.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you can look at their contracts. I've looked at these contracts before, and it's just full of vagaries and grey areas. We're going to help you do this, set you up with brand deals. I get brand deals anyway, and the key thing is, I won't name the person, but I know a guy who has one of the biggest channels on YouTube. One of the biggest, right? And I speak to him now and then.
Okay.
And he's...
Can you, just before you do that, we'll bleep it out. Can you tell me what it is just so that
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay, yeah. We'll
Don't put it in, mate.
Okay.
Fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But, so, this is a massive YouTuber, right? Who joined the multi-channel network when he wasn't as big of a YouTuber. They've got nothing to do with his growth, from my perspective. I don't think they have. Very little, anyway. And he pays him 30% of his AdSense revenue.
Whoa, that is a big percentage.
And factor into that if you get to a level where you're kind of established, so your channel kind of almost sustains itself, why are you paying somebody 30%,
Can you not get out of his contract then now?
I don't know what this person's length of contract is, or what...
Because you think that it won't be a lifetime...
No, it's not. I think they're usually like 2-3 years, maybe.
Right, yeah.
So when that runs down, I guess you could get out of it. But to me, it's just madness. If somebody could say, look, you pay us this amount if we get you to this level of subscribers, this level of exposure, I could understand why people would do it. But to me, it makes no sense. I can't stand them.
So has there been any other pitfalls from the start of your YouTube channel in the growth? In the process of growing, have you seen any more pitfalls that you'd like to advise other people not to fall into? Or?
Oh, I could talk about so many things. If you have a YouTube channel which is even modestly successful, if you grow an audience doing some content, which people will often try and exploit that, I think, a lot of times. So a huge bugbear for me is viral content sharing pages.
Yeah.
So pages like Lad Bible, Unilad, everyone knows them, Viral Thread, all these pages, will ask to use your content and share it on their page, and they'll kind of approach you like it's a privilege,
Yeah.
And I understand that when maybe you're a smallest creator again, you're just getting started.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't say yes, but to me it's an absolute travesty that Lad Bible, for example, they're one of the worst for it, will want to share your content and not pay you any of the revenue they make, you know? And I know, given that I'm on the Facebook Creator Program, which is essentially similar to YouTube, you put up a video on your Facebook page, you can earn ad revenue from it, people watch the ads. I know exactly how much they're making from those kind of views.
Yeah.
And to not even pay the creator a license fee, a small license fee, or a cut, even if it's 10-20%, is going to make a huge difference to that person sustaining what they do for a living. They don't pay it, So to me, I always refuse now. That's why I'm never on there.
Yeah.
But I get it, because if you're a small creator again, you could use that for maybe you'll get a few subscribers. There's very little transfer to YouTube, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A few Facebook followers so you can leverage more, if that makes sense. Get your content out there, but the returns are just diminished every time it happens. So there were maybe 3 or 4 videos Lad Bible shared that I allowed them to a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that maybe I got 10,000 followers on my Facebook page, which might sound like a lot to some people, but it's really not in the scheme of I have 320,000 followers on Facebook. So that's a big bugbear for me. Maybe not a pitfall, but...
Well, I had one video that went viral at the bike shop, and I think it did 6 or 7 million views on Facebook, like it went mental. And I got approached by people like Lad Bible, all the news outlets, all these people, and I actually signed a document to say that somebody had exclusive rights to it, which was a news outlet had exclusive rights, and I did it the same again to it was similar to like Lad Bible, or I can't remember exactly what. No one ever paid me, so it did 6 million odd views, and I didn't get paid for shit off any of it, and I was just like, how disappointing is that, you know?
It's a total travesty. Like the people running those, I just think of them as crooks, you know. Seriously, though, because anyone can set up a viral content sharing page, and get to the point where you can run ads on stuff. And honestly, the numbers are astronomical. Like one of my most viewed videos on a Lad Bible video did like, I think, I want to say 6 million views. There was one, I don't know if it was eating a giant Toblerone or something. It was one of my videos. 6 million views. They're making thousands of pounds from that. Literally thousands.
How much would 6 million pay you, like, do you reckon, roughly?
Well, I don't know what their CPM is, but like, it's going to be, I think my CPM, that's a bit technical, but what I earn per 1,000 views on Facebook is like $9.
Right, okay, yeah.
So you times that by 6 million. Well, not 6 million, divide it by 1,000, then times it by... It's literally thousands of pounds. It's like 10, 15 grand, you know, and what I see, none of it. It doesn't make sense. They should. What I say to people is, if you want to use my content, pay a license fee. I don't necessarily want a cut of the total earnings. Pay me a license fee, because if you're a photographer, you charge a license fee.
So you dictate the price of the license fee, then,
So that's one thing. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a pitfall, but it's something certainly to look out for.
I think it's a valid point, because those that are, like for example, you're just thinking of starting out a YouTube channel now, and you strike gold. You know, you drop 10 videos consecutively, and then the last one strikes gold, and you're off to a flyer. And you're going to assume that all these people want to do well by you straight away, and they're not. So it's something to be aware of. Multi-channel networks and
absolutely
these viral. I think it's a valid point. What would you say the split is between your AdSense revenue? So if your income as a full-time YouTuber is AdSense plus other revenue streams, because you obviously sell merchandise. Because when people are first starting out, they've got to look at affiliate marketing. So like, I know my channel will have affiliate links of the equipment that I'm using, the softbox light that everyone loves, soft in the front, harsh in the back, link in the bio. But I can make a little kickback from Amazon just from selling these. So like, where does your revenue split come from?
It changes quite a lot. We were talking about this before we started shooting, but it changes a lot. I would say now it's 80% AdSense, 20% other things.
Yeah.
But historically, it's been more kind of almost half and half, or 60% AdSense, 40% other things.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily merchandise. I do sell merchandise. It's cool. Go buy it.
Beard Army t-shirt. I want to buy one. I need to buy one.
I'll bring you one.
You heard it there.
So yeah, I just do that for fun, really, because I get a kick out of when I see people at contests wearing my gear and stuff.
That's cool. It is cool.
Or people send me pictures. Yeah, I love that. But it's mostly doing video work, you know, for brands and stuff like that, restaurants and things like that. So that can vary month to month, you know. Like typically in November, December time, restaurants and brands will want to pay for sponsored spots on videos, or get me to come down to a restaurant and eat something, or just take snaps for Instagram or something like that, because it's ramping up to Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's typically, a lot of people know that's a busy time for people that do this kind of thing. But then, you know, January, February, it's not so much. So it depends on the month what people are outlaying in terms of ad revenue that they want to spend, you know.
So we're actually going to start wrapping this up, because we're going to do a two-part. This is going to be a two-part video. So this first part, I just wanted to dive in and sort of speak to you about your channel, becoming a YouTuber, how you started out. And we're going to do a second part, which is going to be about your gear. When we did the podcast, you loved talking about your cameras and stuff. And I wanted to take a look at your setup. We'll set it up as though we're doing an eating challenge. And we'll talk about your upload schedule and how that is a massive part of growing a channel, isn't it?
Yeah.
But finally, for this video, what is the sort of one tip that you'd give somebody that's wanting starting out in YouTube? Like, what's your one golden tip?
It's going to sound again a little bit cheesy, but persistence. You know, it's a lot of people want kind of success overnight with YouTube. That's understandable, as it is with everything. But you can't be successful on YouTube unless you're dedicated to doing it for a long time without earning anything from it. So it's got to be a labour of love. I think a lot of the time it's a hobby you do. If it then pans out, you can earn money from it, great. But just keep uploading, you know. Try to improve your content. Think about what people want to watch. Don't just set up a camera and do something. Don't be one of those vlog channels that you say, oh, look, I'm going shopping to Morrison's today. Do something which has a bit of structure to it.
Yeah.
People like Casey Neistat we were talking about, you know, it's a vlog channel. They're not really doing anything, but there's a story to it. Think about how you can get your personality across to people and make it entertaining content, you know.
Perfect. Right. Thank you for that one. We're about to start recording part 2, which will be on content. But thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.
Already you can see it's underexposed by quite a bit, so I can move that. I mean, like I don't mind shooting over that. A lot of people say, oh, no,